Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is 365 days of writing a short story every day until I become a better storyteller, writer, and artist. So each finished story always start out, well, it's not even technically a finished story, it's a rough draft. So before the rough draft, we have the outline. So that's what I will be reciting for you today. It's just my raw thoughts on the page, on a piece of paper, unedited, no borders, no structure. It's just the idea, getting it out onto paper. And this story is titled Wild Boy. Outline. Multicolored celebratory balloons are attached to the attached to the arm of four chairs. A stack of paper plates and cups matched in color coordination and lettering. Rows of chips that were in abundance next to a tower of pizza boxes. This room of the house was organized perfectly, but it's as though no one was home. Surprise! A young girl and her mother entered. Suddenly, the dining room was filled with familiar faces from school and some family members wearing funny pointed paper hats. Kazoos flared. She couldn't believe her eyes. Her older sibling approached, gesturing her to come over and take a peek at her second surprise that's in the backyard. A giant yellow inflatable house meant for jumping, followed by an obstacle course. She ran outside. Her classmates poured out after her. Standing at the entrance was her uncle. Everyone lined up behind the birthday girl. The rest of the children rushed over to the obstacle course. The first 5 kids entered the bounce house. The bounce house breathed like a living thing, tossing children skyward as if gravity had called in sick for the afternoon. Small bodies pinballed in bright chaos. Arms flailed like joyful alarms. One child launched too high. A DJ played kids' versions of the popular music of that time. The speakers blurred, vibrating throughout everyone's clothing that was in the proximity. He was immersed in his craft. A few kids and parents gathered around, flailing and contorting their bodies, doing the latest dance craze. It was one kid's chance to show her routine to everyone. The seriousness fell upon her face. A crowd of adults cheered her on. The music lowered. Leah's mother reminded the parents to bring their children in for pizza. Leah flew up the stairs. Gooey cheese pools stretched almost infinitely. Chip bags burst open at the top. They gargled down cups of homemade fruit juice. The pizza didn't last long either. The lights dimmed. Leah sat at the head of the table. "Happy birthday to you," her father echoed from the kitchen, his arms folded in slightly, carrying a large pink cake. 10 candles danced on the surface. The song carried on. She blew out each candle. Thick slices of cake with a scoop of ice cream were passed around. Hours later, the remaining guests helped clean up the mess. Leah was upstairs fast asleep. She used up every ounce of her energy. The next morning, she was awoken by heavy breathing and a wet touch on her cheek. Her eyes peeled open. A brown, hazy spot sat in her face. Panting, followed by sniffing. She leaned forward, rubbing her eyes to take a second look. Aroof. Her father stood at the door. Look at what I got you, Leah. The haziness finally subsided. "Wow, you got me a puppy?" Her arms wrapped around it lightly, squeezing. I figure it's always good to write your ideas down, and this is that. When it comes to this outline, no matter how many mistakes I make, there's always room to correct and rough draft. So you never give up, you never stop, you just keep going until you reach your goal. That's day 9 down.